Welcome to the Droids You Are Looking For Canada on Facebook, on Twitter, now on G+, and the podcast starts now.
This is blasphemy. This is madness.
This is Jayne Cobb!
It really, what was his name again? I'm going to tell you. Adam Driver. His face is shaped like a foot. I'm sorry. Him and Sarah Jessica Parker have that in common.
I don't know what he's been in.
He's been in nothing.
Girls.
Like, he's had small bit stuff, but I mean, nothing you would go out of your way and know. He was in he was in Lincoln.
No.
He was a rapist in SVU.
Nice.
That's it. Well, he's had bit roles, but to go from bit roles to being like, hey, you're going to be the villain in Star Wars, that's a little bit of a stretch. And yeah.
Oh, let's not start another rant about someone like Gal Gadot.
No, but they also have Gollum in the movie, so I mean, the guy that played Gollum is in Star Wars. I just want to point that out to you.
Sweet.
Is he going to find his precious? We'll find out. Okay, so what we're going to talk about today, which is all pretty straightforward, is we're going to let's talk about Star Wars. We don't have to go into depth. We just talk about the cast announcing. I think the biggest letdown that everyone had about it is there's no Lando. Like, the internet memes are running rampant over that. Yeah, that kind of upset me with no Lando.
To be fair, Billy D. Williams is like half dead.
No, he's not half dead. He's dead. His body just hasn't got around to serving the eviction notice to his soul.
Fair enough.
But then we also got Free Comic Book Day, which was yesterday, which Rainer has a record of 5 minutes in the comic book store.
Not even.
I think that's a record, Rainer. For me, it is. For you. And last but not least, if we have time, I know Rainer doesn't know much about Call of Duty, but Rick would. I'm not sure about Rob.
A little bit.
I think the part that sold me on Call of Duty is that, one, it's not made by Activision, and two, Kevin fucking Spacey.
Ooh.
I know. It has a very heavy House of Cards influence, if you've seen the show.
I have not.
He's fucking ruthless in that show. I've seen only 2 episodes. I had to stop because I would stop watching everything else just to watch that show.
Yeah, Stormy wants it. It's pretty brutal.
Okay. Is everyone ready? Does anyone need to take a pee break?
No.
I'm good.
Are you sure, Ray?
I think I'm good.
You think you're good?
Yep.
Okay. What's that?
If not, you have a jar.
I've got a water bottle here, so I can maybe just finish the water and use that.
I have a box full of batteries that the business cards came in.
Do I know where that came from?
Vistaprint! You guys told me to go through Vistaprint! Anyways.
I realized Billy D. Williams was as old as he was.
Oh, yeah.
I know he's doing Broadway and shit, though. Like, he was actually 2 years ago in Buffalo, New York, doing some type of all-black Broadway show. Apparently it was really good. I didn't see it, though.
He was on Dancing with the Stars, but his doctor told him he had to quit because of his hip.
He's been in a lot of movies, though. Oh, you know what pisses me off? He actually played Lando Calrissian in the Lego movie this year.
Nice.
And he played himself in in Star Wars Rebels TV show that's coming out. He's also he's literally Lando in everything except for this movie.
And Fanboys.
Oh yeah, because he was Judge Reinhold.
Oh yeah. I like the random cameos. I like that what was Carrie Fisher? She was just a nurse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was awesome. That was a good movie.
It was.
William Shatner. I'm William Shatner. I can get anything. You know, I actually got into a fight with someone over that movie because that movie I think is absolutely amazing.
Fanboys?
Yes, I actually bought it full price when it came out. I didn't even watch it. I was just sold.
Well, yeah, I thought it was a good movie.
Absolutely.
I watched it for the first time like 2 months ago.
What?
And then I watched it again not even a week and a half later.
Rick, have you seen Fanboys?
Yes, I have.
Really? Okay.
No, actually, I haven't.
I'll give you a
Jayne
crash.
Cobb has not seen it.
Well, it's on Netflix. You'll find it funny. It's more or less a comedy about these guys that are driving from one side of the coast to the other United States to get their buddy to the Lucas farm to watch episode 1 before it came out because his buddy is dying of cancer. It's actually a very good movie, but it's got the one guy from Balls of Fury in it, if you've ever seen that movie.
That's a funny movie.
The guy with the one nut.
Yeah.
And what's her name? She became very popular after that movie too. The girl that's extremely hot.
Kristen Bell.
Oh yes, Kristen Bell, my future wife. She doesn't know it yet. She still hasn't woken up from the Rufalin.
And then Jay Baruchel, Seth Rogen.
Mm-hmm.
I think Jay Baruchel is slowly turning into the new Michael Cera because he's getting that very lanky roles all the time.
Yeah.
It's too bad because he's been in the acting games. He was on Popular Mechanics for Kids with Alicia.
Yes, he was. He was the original host.
Yeah.
And that really bothers me because I actually think he's a good actor, and I have a feeling he's going to get stuck with these fucking roles. Like he'll end up like Shia LaBeouf. Ugh.
Oh,
Did anybody notice that before puberty his voice was deeper?
Really?
Oh yeah, his voice was so deep on Popular Mechanics for Kids, and then he just went nasally.
Wow.
Yeah.
Way too many things you don't know.
There's a lot of things I don't know, but I know too many stupid things.
Well, no, I'm just looking at Billy D. Williams' IMDb. It's like a very impressive list of things, but then it's like good and then bad, good, bad, good, bad.
And then Batman.
Yeah, here's your 5-minute roll as Harvey Dent. Okay, so let's just get into this, I guess. Since we already started talking about, I'm also just keep that first part there because it kind of was Star Wars related. So what do we learn? Rick, you need to go watch Fanboys. That's what we just learned.
If it's on Netflix, I will hunt it down.
It is on Netflix.
Tonight.
I watched it like a month ago.
All right, I have a goal.
And shit doesn't expire on Netflix.
Not true.
Yes, it does.
After like 5 months. Like, I mean, it's not like fucking...
That's still an expiration date.
By that time, you should have watched it by then. Like, come on, people. So this week, actually, first off, I'm about to say, happy May the 4th to everyone. Big Star Wars Day. Tomorrow, too bad tomorrow's Revenge of the 5th.
Woo.
I don't even know why I said that. But I'm having a stroke. Let me have my stroke. Thank you.
Clear.
So, yet again, we're back. Rick is here again from Arizona. He's been busy lining up some cosplayers and stuff and things. And Rainer's here as well, as usual, in a great mood. I'm going to say great mood. She made protein bars and is not willing to share it. And Roxy Darknight is back again. Because we like him. He's fun. Sometimes. We basically, at the beginning of the show, we just actually sat here and tried convincing Rick to watch Fanboys, and I think we broke him, and now he's going to watch Fanboys. You don't have to be a Star... Well, no, actually, for this movie, you do have to be a Star Wars geek to understand every little pun. Especially the amount of Seth Rogen that is in that movie. And he's at least funny in it, so we'll take that as a win. So, they announced the cast of the new Star Wars Episode 7, and... The reason why we're talking about Fanboys is because there is no Billy D. Williams. There's no Lando Calrissian. Will this affect, you think, the storyline because he's not involved? Because, I mean, look at Lando. He's not a huge role, but he's one of those. He's a memorable role, I would say. What do you guys think? Who wants to take the first shot at it? Wow, everyone's like, fuck this.
I don't know, like... Yeah, it was a minor role, but he was kind of like the death and life of Han Solo. If you think about it, he pretty much killed him, but then saved him.
Yeah, he borrowed a ship and started wearing Han Solo's clothes. We got the memo. It didn't make sense. I remember when I was like 6 years old, I'm like, why did Han Solo turn black? That was exactly what I said to my dad, and then I got in trouble. But it was a valid comment. I'm like, why would you wear the same clothes? Like, doesn't make sense. Well, you know what? Let's ask Rick. I know you're there, Rick.
I'm here. He's a memorable role. I mean, I'd still think of Robot Chicken. What guy has 2 thumbs and betrayed his best friends? This one. So, you know.
That's funny because I actually saw that in the credits. I'm like, oh yeah, he did that in Robot Chicken. Oh. But, okay, Rainer, what do you think?
Well, what can he do when, Darth Vader's threatening you? He can't do much. He has the Force.
He's got an entire cloud city that clearly will defend themselves. Like, I mean, sure, it's the Empire. I get that part. But he didn't even try. It was just kind of like, shit, this guy can stop fucking blaster shots with his hands. Fuck it. Like, it's too much work.
There's also moles inside Cloud City.
Very true. Very true. But with all the announcements, and I knew it was going to happen. I'm not sure about you guys. I had a strong feeling you have Harrison Ford back, and hopefully they'll turn up his mic volume when he talks so you can make out what he says. Carrie Fisher hopefully will be done her drug addictions and will clean up. And then Mark Hamill is back, which is a huge win. But between me, you, and the fence post, I think Mark Hamill needs to hit a gym sometime soon because he's definitely not the size he was back in the 70s. And if he's going to play a role that requires him to be physically active, I'm not trying to be mean. It's just kind of a fact of life. I have never in my life seen a 300-pound Jedi in a movie. I'll leave it at the end in the movie. What's that?
He's not that big.
He's like, from the video I watched from last year's E3, he was roughly tipping well over 250. He's got, because I know he got into an accident, that I know, but I mean,
Did he fall into a vat of acid?
What's that?
Did he fall into a vat of acid?
Pretty close. He became the Joker, his best role ever.
Yes.
We can I know there's going to be people who's going to fight that comment. I already know.
The goggles, they do nothing.
The goggles! Now I'm the Joker, the best role ever. But they have announced that there's going to be no expanded universe. Now, I don't know about you guys. I know little bits and pieces about the expanded universe. And there was only one thing that I wanted. I wanted the nephew of Chewbacca. He was Lobaka, the first Wookiee Jedi. How is that not win?
That'd been pretty cool.
That's all I know. Like, I know about the twins that are born, like Solo and Leia have twins, Jason and I don't remember, Jaina I think it was. But yeah, I'm not that big into the expanded universe to be like criticizing anything. But I know a lot of people are already flipping their shit about what they think is going to happen. Does anyone have any idea of what they would like to happen, I guess, besides a good movie? That's the selling one.
That's pretty much it. It's just a badass Star Wars movie. Like, I love Star Wars for Star Wars. I don't know much of the expanded universe, so I'm just expecting a badass movie to blow me away.
Agreed. I think I would love to see is a fantastic movie. I'm a huge Star Wars fan in the way that when it came down to the movies, I can recite anything to you. When it comes down to a certain series of the video games, like Jedi Unleashed and Dark Forces and everything to that effect, I knew all that because I played a lot of it when I was growing up. But when it comes down to like the novels and the comics and the Spielberg not hidden, but known scripts that only certain people have read and how he had a direction. I don't fucking know. Nor do I fucking care. I think what it boils down to is that this is what we need. We need a badass Sith that can beat the shit out of Darth Maul. If you do not have that, you don't have a good Sith. Secondly, we need a good, fluent storyline. So how are we going to piece together the old trilogy in with a new trilogy?
I can answer that one.
Sorry, go ahead.
I can answer that one.
You're gonna piece it together because it's Disney with musicals.
Ah. Why does that Seth have Disney fucking Mickey ears? Ah, God.
Or the Rainbow Stormtroopers.
Oh,
Hey, I'm cool with that.
that's a quality, Rick. That's a quality. But I don't know. It just I can see I'm not a fan of Disney productions. Period. I never was. When it comes down to kids movies, it's one thing. But when they do big movie productions like John Carter, exactly, or Pirates of the Caribbean, that was just ridiculous.
Oh, I love those movies.
Really, I think they were like. I think after the first movie, I just could not keep me. There was way too much Johnny Depp. And that's hard for me to say because I actually do think he's a brilliant actor. And I'm like, done. Can't do this anymore.
There's never too much Johnny Depp.
Yes, there is. When Johnny Depp looked like Michael Jackson and Willy Wonka, that was too much Johnny Depp.
It's just too much Johnny Depp when it's him and Tim Burton. I love Tim Burton. I love Johnny Depp, but it's gotten
There's
too much of a marriage.
There's only one time that I will allow Tim Burton and Johnny Depp to be in the same room to collaborate in a movie. If Tim Burton is going to make another Batman and Johnny Depp is the Riddler,
Ooh.
that's the only time I will allow it.
Nice call.
Now, how do you like
Very nice.
them apples?
Yeah.
Where was that the last week's conversation?
What's that?
Where was that the last week's conversation?
I don't know. We were too busy kiboshing the Deadpool conversation. They're like, "Oh shit, it's been an hour. We gotta hang up. We've been on too long." I think with Disney, and Disney's notorious for this, they might go over the top with everything. So you might have like a huge. I don't know. I like Star Wars Episode 2. That was actually not too bad. But the entire battle between the Sith. Sorry, that was Episode 2. Was it Episode 2? Or was it Episode 3? I can't remember.
2 had a big battle.
Yeah. There was just too much Jedi, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because in the original trilogy, you just had Luke, you had Obi-Wan, and then you had Vader. So when you saw a lightsaber, you're like, oh shit, that guy means business. But in the original trilogy, you're like, well, everyone's got a fucking lightsaber. This is not unique anymore. Like, look at freaking Samuel L. Jackson. He's got a purple one. What the hell?
But you got to remember, even in the original trilogy, they even said that there was many Jedis in the past, like fighting the war.
Right. Which I believe some people stated that it was explained a lot more into like the video games like Knights of the Old Republic that took place like 2,000 years before that. But I mean, what would be the selling point? What do you want to see from this Star Wars, I guess? Besides, well, obviously we agreed on a good movie, which I'm sure everyone agrees that automatically. But do you think this is going to be a send-off for the original cast and then they're done? Or do you think we're going to keep the original cast for the full trilogy?
I could see Abrams doing what he did with the first Star Trek, to be honest. The opening scene just kills everybody.
That'd be a shitty day. Well, I'd be kind of, oh, look, they just killed Luke. Wasn't he like the greatest Jedi of all? Yep. Not no more. He was on that forest moon of Endor. Oh, fucking Ewoks.
I love the Ewoks.
Everyone loves Ewoks. They're little furry things. You can use them like a condom. It's fine. They're good.
No, I know some people that hate Ewoks, actually.
What? Really?
Yeah, oh yeah.
You know what? I've never seen an Ewok cosplayed.
Were they born before or after 1986?
I know someone who actually cosplays an Ewok, but it's like a feminine, sexy version.
I think I've seen it. I mean an actual Ewok, though.
Okay.
Well, I think it's not that the midget can't get involved in cosplay. The midget could be the Jawa, or it could be, I don't know, Rainer. Rainer, if you were a midget, what would you cosplay as?
Oh, why would you ask me a question like that?
Because we're curious.
I got the perfect answer to that.
Well, I want to hear Rainer's first, because
Right.
I actually hear the gears grinding, so... What would you cosplay as, Rainer?
Goomba.
Oh.
You do a little waddle.
No creativity. Rob,
Mini-Me.
Yes!
Oh,
Yes!
I knew it was going to be the go-to answer, though.
But still, Mini-Me is always win.
Yup.
Like, come on. That guy's had a hard life. Like, this last movie he was in, I think it was The Love Guru. And he was hit in the face with a hockey puck. It's pretty bad they had to make a movie about the Leafs winning the cup because they would never happen in real life.
Oh, don't get... No.
Yep.
I'll be quiet.
Go Habs, go. Anyways, does anyone have anything they want to add about the Star Wars? Or I know we're going to have more of an in-depth podcast. This was kind of more like Andrew's, but Andrew lost his voice. So I don't think it would be possible for him to do sign language via an audio podcast. So we're just going to kind of touch on it, and then we'll get a couple people on who are really crazy about Star Wars and let them go at it. Throw a lightsaber in the middle of the ring, let them fight upon themselves. So I'm sure Rick has nothing to say. So Rainer, do you have anything to say?
Well, I think that if they plan on doing a trilogy, they need to understand that the original cast, they're getting up there in age, and for them to, I mean, how easy is it for people in their 60s to lose 100 pounds? It's not. Regardless of diet and exercise, I don't know. I think it might be a lot of physical work for them to do a trilogy.
Ask Drew Carey.
What's that?
Ask Drew Carey.
Yeah, he fell and broke his dick. He's doing fine. I don't know about that. Like, well, if you're like Arnold Schwarzenegger, I don't know if you guys seen Schwarzenegger, but he actually got out of shape and he wasn't looking the greatest. And when he decided he didn't, after the whole politics was done and everything, he actually started getting back in shape. And he is the size he was when he was Mr. Olympia back when he was in his 20s. And he's like in his late 60s now.
I'm not saying it's not possible. I'm saying it's more difficult. Your metabolism slows down a lot as you get older. Like, look at Carrie Fisher from when she was Slave Leia to now. Like,
well, a lot of things have happened to Carrie Fisher from point A.
Yes, and that's what I'm saying. Like, a lot of things have happened to all of them. I think that if they were going to do a trilogy like this, they should have done this a long time ago. Like, closer to after the books came out and not now, not when they're in their late 60s, early 70s.
Well, it does make you ask questions, like, why didn't they do this first? I know, I'm asking questions that make sense, but why would you have done 7, 8, 9 first? Or even better, why didn't you do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9?
You just took the words right out of my mouth.
Like, why didn't you do that? Well, I know why, because Lucas is like, I didn't think it would go anywhere, so I just said 4 and said fuck it. And then this happened to be good. Like, you know, shit like this happens all the time. It's like Sharknado. You're like, this movie's bad, but it's popular because it's so bad. Everyone just can't believe that someone took a budget of like a pile of money and said, we're making sharks fly out of tornadoes today. And they thought it would sell. And it did. I've even watched half the movie and then I gouged out my eyes and went to sleep. But I think that this was an accidental win. And now they're like, shit, now what do we do? But if he wrote, and this was the rumor, I don't know this for a fact, he has had synopsis and summaries of what he's wanted to do for many years with 1, 2, 3, and 7, 8, 9. Knowing what was going to happen, I think it would be better like, well, the guys are getting up in their age, so we'll just do 7, 8, 9 now, and then we'll bang out 1, 2, 3 without Hayden Christensen. Horrible actor.
He was...
Like, what happened to him? Is he even doing anything anymore?
I don't know. He's engaged to Rachel Bilson, who's also not doing much.
I'm taking a look now. I have to look. He's Canadian too. Shit.
Well, he's from Vancouver, isn't he?
The last movie he made was nothing worth mentioning. Jumper. I remember that horrible thing.
He hasn't done anything since 2010.
He's done Jumper came out in 2008. He's made low-budget movies. One called Takers, that was supposedly good, but I haven't seen it. He's making one called American Heist with Adrian Brody and Jordana Brewster, the girl with the thick eyebrows from Fast and the Furious. And it's a movie called Outcast.
With Nick Cage.
Oh my god, your career's done! Oh god. Oh, that's how you know it's over. Give me my bunny.
That budget is crazy.
God.
Outcast.
Oh, I feel like he just got injected with stage 4 cancer. really? That's when you know your career is done. It's like, you're going to be headlining with Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, their budget's $85 million.
Oh, and we can't get Lando back in the Star Wars movie? Oh, God. Rick, what do you think?
Already planning a sequel.
No matter how much money you throw, you can't bring back somebody who's an invalid.
Oh.
What I'm finding even funnier about this Outcast movie, they're already planning a sequel for it.
Oh, come on. Oh, come on.
Yep, they're planning a sequel for this thing already, and it's not even out yet.
Who's the production company?
I'm Jeremy Bolt, dude.
Oh, God. I have nothing positive to say about that. And this has nothing to do with our podcast, but wow. Nothing positive to say. Anyways, how are you, Rick?
I'm great. I don't have.
What, Rick? Oh, we lost Rick again. It wouldn't be a podcast if he didn't died. Oh, there he goes. You know,
It was
one of these
such
days, we're gonna have.
Such a cliffhanger. I don't have a.
I gotta re-add him back. You know, if I listen to our podcast, I'm like, this Rick guy's got to be a fucking asshole because he drops quite a lot. All right, we apologize to our audience because we're calling Rick back yet again.
This is where we put like an interlude of elevator music as we reconnect to Rick.
Oh, he got back pretty quick.
So you asked me how my opinion, and then you hang up on me.
No, actually, you dropped.
Yeah.
And I booted you. And I was just apologizing to our audience. Well, actually, I apologize to that Joker guy, Chris, because he listened to the podcast. I did a pop from right there. See what I did there? Yeah. So this time, try not hanging up when answering. Okay.
I probably could have. I kind of dropped my phone a little bit. But anyway, my apologies, everyone. But I've only watched, I've watched the original 3. I watched episode 1, and I think I've seen episode 2. I don't like any of the new aspect. I love the old ones, the originals. They were great. I'm not a fanboy, though.
Well, I wouldn't hold that against you. I think what Star Wars really capitalized in is in the video game market. Yeah. I think that they finally got a good formula. I don't know about you guys. I'm a huge fan of Force Unleashed because it's like, well, let's give this Jedi some heroin and see what happens. Oh, yes. That's a strong dose of heroin if I've ever seen it. And they really have good gameplay mechanics, but the first trilogy in the movie series, the first movie was good because why? Liam Neeson. What else do we need to say?
Ray Park. That's what you need to say.
What's that?
Also, Ray Park is what you need to say.
Oh, yes, Ray Park. In the second movie, not bad. Hayden Christensen had a rat tail. Don't know what's going on with that. I think it's a Jedi thing. I don't know. And in the third movie, you watch a guy get chopped into pieces, and then he rolls down into a hill, into a lava pit, catches on fire. This is insult to injury, by the way. Beauty part is, wounds get cauterized, so he's okay. And he still lives. I'm impressed. I want his genes. If you can survive being chopped into pieces, thrown into a lava pit, catching on fire, you're clearly doing something right with your life. And Rainer will never get a boyfriend like Deadpool, but this is the closest we're going to get. Sorry, Rainer, we're still working on this for you.
Whatever.
Yeah, but there's go ahead.
What I'm wondering is if the fanboys are going to divorce themselves.
Oh, God.
And the movie.
Oh. Rainer, you just got to learn how to divorce yourself.
I could see some Simpsons moments happening, when Homer ruins Empire Strikes Back. I could see that happening.
All the time he was his father. Oh, come on!
Well, as long as it's not the scene in the hangar from, was it Blue Harvest and Family Guy when Herbert the pedophile starts doing dirty dancing, I'm okay. I'm sorry, I'm just not down with Herbert the pedophile. Pretty much what I'm hoping at this point. I think what they need to do, like the soundtrack, we don't even need to talk about the soundtrack. We know the soundtrack's good. That's one thing they always thrive on, no matter what franchise it is or what trilogy it is. The soundtrack's good. The actors, there's a lot of no names on this list, but you got to start somewhere. And then finally, how many lightsaber battles are we going to see? I think that's always going to be a selling point to any Star Wars movie. And also, is the Millennium Falcon there?
Yes.
We have to have the Millennium Falcon.
Unless it's broken down again.
Anything's possible. Well, Peter Mayhew was supposed to come to Niagara Falls Comic Con. Obviously, he canceled because he's going to be making a movie. That's a busy day wearing a suit. I don't understand why they called him back for that. Like, they can literally put anyone in that suit. It wouldn't matter.
Because it's Peter Mayhew. Go back to the original.
I know, but still.
And he's tall and lanky.
Very true. But he can't walk without the help of a cane. So does that mean Wookiee? Does that mean, like, that Chewie's going to have a cane now? Like, I don't mean that to be rude, but he literally has a hard time walking around now.
I think some Wookiees have had a walking stick, so that could help.
That's very true.
This is what I mean. They're all getting old.
Raider, you're getting old.
I know.
Hey, Luke, pass me the lightsaber. Ah! Oh, my hip! And that's the end of episode 7. The phantom pain in the hip.
Pretty much Mark Hamill in The Simpsons again.
There's nothing wrong with Mark Hamill.
Lost his knee.
Oh, you know what? It's Mark Hamill. Maybe because I am a Mark Hamill fanboy, and that's why I always defend him, but I mean, the guy is a true nerd, and that's why I like Mark Hamill.
Yeah.
I think it's funny is that do you know the story how he became the Joker? He was actually auditioning to be Mr. Freeze. And he did this this nervous laugh by accident, which was the Joker's laugh. And they said, "You cannot be Mr. Freeze, you're fired." And I'm like, okay, you're hired as the Joker though, get in there. Like, I mean, I don't know another iconic voice besides Kevin Conroy where I actually can read any Joker comic book in front of me right now, and it's always Mark Hamill's voice. He just nailed it. And Luke Skywalker, in his older age, I think it's going to be a very small role. I can see them rebuilding the Jedi Academy, and then they're going to do this whole little thing that he's there, but he's not really involved. Kind of like Yoda, where you don't see him much, but he shows up with an epic-ass fucking lightsaber battle. Even though he breaks laws of gravity and whatever. But hey, it's Yoda.
Aw. Just remind me, we're not going to have Yoda in this movie.
No, we will not.
Well, unless we get ghosts again. Like at the end of Jedi.
But would they sub in the correct ghost for Anakin Skywalker, or would they put Hayden Christensen back in it like they did in the remastered versions?
I want the original ghosts. Especially
I agree.
for Obi.
Absolutely. I think Liam Neeson should be one of those ghosts as well. He's not doing anything right now. I think he's got time. No. He made Taken 3 in the sky or something like that. I don't know. He's busy.
He can make time.
Oh, he can make time.
Be a ghost.
So that was basically it. I was expecting a huger announcement for Star Wars because it is May the 4th. I figured they would have been like, here's a little teaser trailer or something, but nothing. They just said, this is your cast. I'm like, oh, we kind of knew that-ish. But thanks. But they did announce and show a new Turtle trailer. I don't know if you guys see it yet.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just don't know. It looks good, but then you kind of have that. What pisses me off is Raphael's voice. I'm going to go on a rant about that. Because Raphael's voice needs to be that menacing voice. The guy that plays him, no. Doesn't sound like a menacing voice at all.
I thought you were about to bitch about turtles having lips.
No, that's Baker's rant. I leave that to him. He had a meltdown over that. But yeah.
Well, I agree with it, though. Like, oh, no. Just no. Like, the original turtle, like, the turtles have never had lips. Why?
I don't know. There was a video that was floating around on the internet. Someone created it just to prove a point. Where they subbed out the turtles that Michael Bay did, and they put in the original turtles from the other movies. With a lot of, obviously, special effects and everything. And it looks so much better. With the original, like the actual suits, it looks so much better.
I've seen the pictures of like people have like photoshopped Michael Bay's and then put like no lips, like, and the turtles look so much better. Like it's Michael Bay's turtles, just no lips.
Well, we got to be happy that he didn't do what he wanted to do. In the original story, he wanted to do was have the turtles as aliens, but then everyone threatened to kill him. Because that's where the line was drawn. Like, listen, buddy, we let you have the Transformers franchise. You're already fucking that up. But we just want turtles that actually were turtles that just got covered in ooze. That's it. We don't ask for much. No, it's small things. Small. But what do I know?
And maybe I should be April O'Neil, not Megan Fox.
Yeah? Yeah?
Maybe.
I don't know. The best part of the trailer is her passing out.
If only she stayed that way.
It should stay that way. I think the action part of it's good. I think that the turtle's design isn't too bad. The face is a car accident, though. I'm going to agree with you that. The whole lips thing, not the best of ideas at all. And the fact that the Shredder is not Japanese does bother me. Because I don't know. I never seen a white guy called a Rokosaki. I'm saying, if I did, I'd be like, hey, how's it going? A Roko.
The other thing that bothers me is why does it look like, I think it was Leonardo, was wearing like an Indian, like chest plate thing?
It's like a homemade chest plate, essentially, is what they were doing.
Yes.
It's okay. No. Not something I would do. But I wasn't really sold on that trailer at all. I think I need to see a good full-length trailer where we actually do see the Shredder. That'd be cool. But beyond that, I'm kind of a loss for words when it comes down to that. But
Agreed.
that's basically what I have to say about the Turtles, because, I mean, realistically, beyond that, fucking Turtles. And segue. Oh, no, wait, what?
No,
What?
sorry.
No, go ahead.
It was going back to Star Wars for a second. The one thing that we kind of left out is that Episode 7 is being set 30 years into the future, so having everybody older kind of still works.
Yeah, it still works, but I think now they're too old.
You might be right, but at least it's still like they're not trying to make them 10 years older.
No, because they're 40 years older in a 30-year older universe.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that's not like that doesn't happen all the time. Like, I mean, we have people that are in their late 20s playing teenagers.
But the story is, doesn't it revolve around Han and Leia's twins?
Yes.
So maybe there isn't going to be a whole bunch of action, involving Han Solo and Luke and Leia, but obviously it's going to be more about the twins, and they're just kind of there. So.
Well, I don't know about that, because I know Harrison Ford is actually looking to make another Indiana Jones film. So he was pretty active in the last one. Like, he did most of his stunts. So, and he's always been good for that type of stuff. But it's going to be... I have a feeling it's going to be more revolved around the Jedi Academy and rebuilding everything more than anything. But like I said, I'm not a hardcore fan. I will openly admit it, and I could be talking out of my ass right now, and I wouldn't even know. I mean, I'm just telling you what I want. I want to see lots of lightsaber battles. I am that ignorant to it. It's like, I just want to see a lightsaber battle. I want it to be amazing. I want to see some new lightsabers. How about that? New ones. Like when Darth Maul did the double-bladed lightsaber, everyone dropped the load in their pants.
Yep.
You literally heard the fecal matter bounce off the underwear. We all knew that was bad.
Yeah, I will agree to that one too.
But then it gets chopped in half. Like, what the hell?
That was it. I was like, that's it? What are you going to do? So, moving on. Does anyone have anything else they want to say about Turtles or Star Wars?
Nope, I'll shut up now.
Alright, so with that, how was everyone's free comic book day? Who attended?
I did.
Really? What'd you get?
Guardians, Power Rangers, Rocket Raccoon, and some others.
You know, the free comic books weren't too bad. They weren't too good, but they weren't too bad. But we expect they're free.
Yeah.
I think I enjoyed there was one that was really fucked up, and I know Rainer, you can borrow if you want to. It's called Fubar. It was like a desert. It was like they find Saddam Hussein, like these Marines find Saddam Hussein, but then they find out they've been conducting like biological experiments, and it's like zombies in a bunker. It's actually pretty messed up. I liked it. I don't know if I'll continue reading the series, but it was probably one of the stronger ones I read. I didn't get. I was gonna grab you an Archie, but there was none left at Gotham Central Comics when we got there. But what's his name? Maybe you know who he is. Who is the giant ass Batman cosplayer?
Oh, that would be Arkham Batman.
He was there. That guy terrifies me. How fucking big he is.
6'10" outside the costume, 7'1" in it.
Jesus.
Wow.
Like, no word of a lie, Rick. He walks past me. He even walked past Brian and it caused a lunar eclipse. And Brian's 6'5". So
That's huge.
no, he was there. The X-Men of Toronto was there. Havoc and Mystique. I didn't want to bug them though because I guess Mystique had her kid, so I didn't want to be like, oh, I'm gonna take your picture and I won't talk about the podcast because we invited them onto one of our podcasts. I don't know if they all talk amongst each other, so I don't want to be rude or imposing in that way. But that Joker guy was there. That was pretty cool. There was a lot of comic books. A lot. I did score a lot of good comic books. I didn't mind the Tick comic book. It was more funnier than anything, but I think the Batman one, I don't know if you read that one. That one was kind of lacking.
I haven't had time to really read any of them yet because my free comic book day consisted of appearances. Like 3 different appearances.
Where'd you end up going?
Big B Hamilton for the first one. I wasn't there for long because I had to work in the morning, so I was there for about 20 minutes to a half hour. I just kind of hung out, said hi to people, said hi to the staff, ran into some people I knew, took some pictures, and then grabbed some books and took off. And then ended up to a local nerd pottery shop for their 1-year anniversary, then off to another Burden's Comics in Hamilton, just off of Kenilworth, which is my local shop. So every time I'm in costume, I always stop in there just because the owner gets a huge kick out of it.
Nice.
So I was dressed as Harley yesterday.
Where were you?
Yeah, I was.
Did you get a picture of that yesterday?
There's a couple floating around already. I'll try and get them onto my page later on tonight.
Okay.
It's just been hell because I did, worked and then did appearances and DJ'd last night and then worked again at noon today. So.
Oh yeah, I definitely know that. We've been extremely busy too when it comes down to a lot of these things. It was funny because Rainer had this great idea of getting there at 10 a.m. and it was a great idea on paper. I got there, I would say, only 5 minutes ahead of her, and it was anarchy at the Big Bay in Niagara Falls. I don't know if you've been to that one. It is a very small shop.
I haven't been there yet.
They're moving though. They're moving to a bigger area, but it's literally you just basically do like a horseshoe kind of layout where you just walk around and there's like a comic book shelf in the middle of the room and you walk around it. And the way how it was all set up, it wasn't set up too well, so there was a lot of build up and crowd. And Rainer said, "Just fuck it." She didn't even want to deal with it. And I don't blame her. I already had my free comics, so I was like, I was okay. But I mean, it was kind of ridiculous for that size. I do know Pulp Comics did very well, but I heard the Batmobile canceled on them on the last second though, which kind of sucks.
Was it raining in Niagara Falls yesterday when you guys were out at Big B or?
In the afternoon, it did rain, but by that time, I was on my way back from Gotham Central Comics. So,
because by the time I got going, it was raining. So, like last year, Big B was insane, especially having Richard Comley there. Like it was just insane at Big B last year, and this year wasn't that bad because of the rain.
Really?
Yeah, like I mean, there's at least 50 to 100 people in the store, but it's not a small store. It's not huge, but it's not small, so you can space people out.
Yeah. No, we've been to that store actually. I took Rainer there once or twice. It's a really nice store. I like it. It's just we went down in the basement where they have like the dollar issues. I almost lost Rainer down there for a half an hour.
Yeah, that room down there it can be quite exciting, and there's such a great staff in there too. Like they're all extremely nice, and they're all pure nerds themselves. So.
Oh yeah, like I mean, I like the story. I was gonna go there, but by the time I left Gotham Central Comics in Mississauga, there was just too much backtrack, and I was just like, fuck it, I'm just gonna go home. I was already tired, because I had to get up today because my buddy went and ran a half marathon today, which is like 21 kilometers or some crazy shit. But he had to be there for 7 a.m. and he lives in Hamilton, so I had to go to his house for 5 a.m. Then go to Square One, then take a bus to go wait for an hour to go watch him run 21 kilometers. It was not an experience. That was fun. It was great though. Like I mean, I'm proud of my friend that he ran 21 kilometers, but at the end I'm like, no, I will never run that ever. There's no selling point. Oh, I ran 21 kilometers. Well, cool.
I could give you one selling point, and that is Arkham Batman.
Why is that? If he's chasing me? Yes, I will run 21 kilometers.
Well, his amazing backstory.
What's that?
He was once 350 plus pounds.
No shit.
Yep.
For his height as well.
Yep.
Wow. You gotta get him on a podcast sometime, Rainer.
Yes.
Yes.
No, Todd, you will kill yourself if you do what he did. Don't do it. I will explain later after the podcast.
Well, I trust me, I know. I've already lost 130 pounds myself, so trust me, I pretty much have a good idea some of the things you need to put yourself through to get there. Maybe it's a little bit more extreme than what I've done, but I mean, it takes a lot of dedication. But back to, not to get completely too off topic, you know what I really enjoyed about Free Comic Book Day? This is my second one. My first one was like years ago, but when I first started. But I like the fact that, and this is kind of a compliment to you, Roxy, is that I like the fact that you guys go out and cosplay. It really helps the younger generations really want to get into comic books, and I think that's a huge selling point because I find that a lot of the generations, maybe the last two, and I might be shot for this, have kind of gotten lost in touch with comic books, and you know what are things like in terms of reading. Everything is all about electronic media, where I personally will always choose, like I've read comic books on my computer, but I've read comic books on paper. I always prefer paper. There's a different feel to it, and to actually have a hero is a huge thing. For people to dress up and go to these type of events to kind of advertise that anyone can be a hero, I think that's awesome, and definitely compliment you for that, because I tell you, I get very annoyed, and Rainer saw it this year at we went to Toronto Comic Con. I am not a person of crowds. I do get very annoyed quickly, and when you guys can do that, that's awesome. I think that's
not always easy either. Like, depending on what prop I'm carrying, I get annoyed in crowds. Like, especially like when I was Mystique, people can see I'm covered in blue paint, and they're still fucking walking into me. Like,
I remember seeing you last year at Niagara Falls Comic Con with a giant fucking mallet, and I remember looking at Baker and saying, that must be so fucking annoying. Because I just constantly seen you walking around carrying it. I'm like, I'd be annoyed by now.
I'm pretty sure I was close to getting knocked out.
Oh, God.
And there is a reason for this. And it's a fucking hilarious story. I will tell it now. Because I am proud of this.
Okay.
I was walking the floor carrying that giant mallet. And I was kind of like just staring off into the distance. I see this giant-ass arm go up in front of me. I almost clocked somebody in the head with the mallet.
Fuck.
I go to apologize. Then I realize who it is. Lou Ferrigno.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, my God.
Oh, God.
I was about a half an inch
I'm knocking
from
out Lou
smoking
Ferrigno.
Lou Ferrigno in the head with my mallet.
Oh.
So I'm like, sorry. Oh, shit. Sorry, Lou. And then I ran. And if you guys remember correctly, I was wearing heels that day.
Yes, I
you were.
remember.
So, me running from Lou Ferrigno in heels.
All you just hear is, fuck.
But I was too busy laughing my ass off.
Was he laughing or was he terrified?
Oh, he was pissed. He was turning green.
Oh, shit.
What is that? Why is that tall Harley Quinn running away from a Lou Ferrigno? I don't know. But
Why is he actually turning green? Oh, my God.
oh shit, he's got him. Ferrigno's got him in a sleeper hold. I think I've seen this in a movie.
It was quite a moment. Like, just the fact that Ferrigno was walking the floor, and I was just like, oh, fuck.
You know, the man's intimidating for his age because when
He's short though.
he is. When he did his panel, me and Andrew were actually in the front row, which was awesome. It was purely by accident. We just kind of went, well, let's go wait now. And we were only like 10 minutes early, and I guess no one caught on that Ferrigno was having a panel. So as soon as we got in, we sat down, and he literally was about 2 feet away from me the entire panel. And I'm constantly staring at his arms going, you are how old again? And you, wow. Like, I was just in awe on how in shape the man is, even at his age. So
who never let it go, though. Like,
no.
That's constant, continuous dedication.
And that inspired me to watch the movie Pumping Iron. If you haven't seen it, it's the biography of Schwarzenegger, Ferrigno, and another guy training for Mr. Olympia. And when you see Ferrigno train in that shit, it's even more terrifying. No! I was literally watching going, because Schwarzenegger's a vain fuck. He admits it multiple times. He's very vain when he was that big. But when you watch Ferrigno train, he is not vain. He's very humble. He's very kind. But when he works out, it's terrifying when he works out. He does like the typical scream, like the, Aah! You're just like, fuck it. I'm leaving. I don't even want to be in the same city.
I don't think anyone could ever be as terrifying as Bruce Lee, because he was the quickest man ever.
Right, but a lot of people...
You can have brawn, but Bruce Lee could, I don't know, he could kill you 7 times before you realize what the hell happened.
Before you even hit the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Brandon Lee came back from the dead.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh. We were just
Sorry.
talking about this recently. It's funny you say that. Didn't I lend you those movies, Rainer?
Yeah, you did.
Because it's funny, we were talking about The Crow because I had this dream of Rainer dressed up as the Crow because we were talking about her cosplay.
Oh my god, yes.
Thank you. And I
Yes.
told her I had this great idea for her to do, and she's like, that's pretty awesome. And then we got this huge conversation about Brandon Lee. I'm like, I have all the shitty Crow movies. You need to watch these. Because I had like 1 to 4, because the first 2, like first one was good, second one was like, and then 3 and 4, and the last one has like David Boreanaz in it, so it's definitely not good. And I don't. Did you watch those yet?
Not yet.
I'm sorry.
I can't. Like, I love
so
Brandon
bad.
Lee, and I love Eric Draven way too much to want to taint it. So I mean, my Crow cosplay, I want it to be Eric Draven. I
Do
don't.
it.
Oh, I am. Oh, trust me. I got my black trench coat, and oh yeah, just got to get some makeup and time.
That's easy. That's
Who
easy.
wears makeup?
Who wears makeup? Man, I dressed up as the Crow for like 5 years in a row. It's not hard.
Well, no, I'm not saying it's hard. It's just we just I don't know, need to find time.
You can always find time. Well, not this month anyways, but probably next month after Comic-Con.
Yeah.
Spring Friends. Also, big announcement. Guess who got a media pass? We did.
Yay.
Yay! But here's a catch. Well, first off, I'm gonna do a pop for it later. It's on a Friday, and it's only one person, so I'm gonna go. If anyone wants to come on Friday, I'll be there. I'm gonna be also there. What's that, Rainer?
I have a wedding, so I can't go.
Hey,
If
Rick, you want to come?
I'll be the giant blue guy.
I'll be
Sorry, Rick.
I'll be there. Just give me 4 days to drive.
Well, it's on June the whatever. Like, hold on.
June 7th.
June 6th. Like, I mean, you got a month here. You got 30 days. 31.
I think that actually conflicts with the Phoenix Comic-Con.
Oh, yeah, you're going to be our mole for that one.
I like that he's a mole.
Hey, he's been busy. Hey,
Mole,
won't you...
mole, 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 mole.
Hey, Rick, tell Roxy who you've been trying to get on her interviews.
Which one? There's 2 of them. Trina Mason.
You ever
We
heard
have
of...
Trina Mason, and we're looking at Alexia Jean Grey.
Nice.
Oh, yeah. Apparently they like her work and we like their work, so we're going to hang out. So you started something, Roxy. You started something.
What did I start now?
Oh, no, you were technically the first person we ever interviewed, so...
Oh, okay.
So technically, you took the cherry. Wait.
Yay.
No!
We
Well,
took
see,
Rob's
Corey.
cherry.
He
You
got
asked
all
me to do an
skinny,
interview,
like-
I will do it.
Sorry.
Oh, God. I feel so dirty.
Ooh.
No. 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 It's been a long day, but no. Nay. Where do we leave off before this got all kiboshed?
We got a
Ferrigno.
media pass.
Lou Ferrigno. Oh, yes, we have a media pass. Actually, tonight not tonight, tomorrow or Tuesday, whenever I have time, because I'm very busy for probably this month, I will be compiling an actual commercial and putting it at the beginning of our podcast just to advertise so we don't have to keep going, Niagara Falls Comic Con, go to it. I'm actually going to make something for it when I get there. I have no time right now, but later.
It's a sounder.
Yeah, like a little soundbite. I was thinking about every time I said Niagara Falls Comic Con, I would echo my voice and deepen it to be like Niagara Falls Comic Con, and then maybe that like would brainwash people with stuff and things.
Got me wanting to go.
You were already going.
Yeah, but you're making me want to go now.
Well, true. I do want to go. I just don't know who I want to meet this year. I'm gonna meet Chandler Riggs. That is happening.
Comic book men for me.
See,
I want to meet Brian Johnson. And Ming.
I don't like the comic book men. I just don't.
Well, Walt's a dingus, but that's besides the point.
It's like Duck Dynasty with comic books. I little rude. I know. I get it. But still, I just wasn't sold on it. Like, I definitely want to see Ernie Hudson. Winston. But I want to meet Chandler Riggs because me and Rainer had this conversation a long time ago about how he's really grown up into his role, and I want to compliment him. That's it. I don't want an autograph, none of that shit. I just want to say, you know what, dude, you're doing a kick-ass job. I fucking said you sucked. You made me eat my own words. It's true, because after last year's season, I said, that guy fucking sucks. Like, what the fuck? He can't even stay in the house. This season, I'm humbled. Like, I mean, he just beat the shit out of me. And I don't even know him. It's like he beat the shit out of me with a midget. I couldn't even defend myself. I just laid on the ground and took it. Yeah, sometimes some things I say are really off the wall, but they're funny.
That's okay. I'm the same.
Well, you should hear some of the conversations me and Rick have had as of late, but we'll leave it at that.
That's why Rick is quiet.
I know. What's with you, Rick? You're usually like a pep. What happened?
I don't know.
He's
I'm sorry.
intimidated by my sexiness.
I am.
You're not half.
I got nowhere to go with that. Sorry.
Rick, you better not be half-mast right now.
Oh.
I'm not. It's full, baby.
Hey,
Because of Rob?
what's that?
Is it because of Roxy?
Yes, I can't deny it is.
Well, I always knew you were partial to a Sailor Moon costume, but
Actually, it was the mental picture of him running in high heels from Lou Ferrigno.
oh shit. Okay,
I
how
wish
about
there was
this?
video of that.
Oh god, hold on. All right, hold on, I'm gonna upload.
I'm pretty
We're
sure that
gonna-
only you have that in your head forever, Rob.
I can
Oh, yeah.
see it now.
I'm trying to picture you running away like in heels in your Harley Quinn costume with a mallet, but I don't think it's as funny as it actually was in your head and what actually happened.
I'll make it better for you, Rainer. I was tucked. Trying to run.
Oh god, it gets better.
yeah.
I wasn't ready for that. Okay, so this year we got to find who Roxy's got to run away from this year. So I think it's going to be between Ric Flair, Kevin Sorbo, the Green Ranger, and who else can you piss off? Tony Todd.
I know I'm gonna piss off Walt Flanagan. That one's a guarantee.
Why?
Because he's a douchebag that doesn't. He's got really stupid opinions on cosplay.
Well, you can do that one. I don't know. It's gonna be great. You're gonna troll him. You're just gonna sit there and keep staring at him. Mr. Manhattan. Ah!
Yeah. I should stuff that one too.
Oh god. Oh, fuck. It's not the worst that's ever happened. Well, also Jason Voorhees is gonna be there. You might not want to piss that one off, Roxy.
He's gonna be there again?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Oh, dude, Paul Jones is gonna be there again.
Tyler Maine's gonna be there. I could scare Michael Myers.
I'm more terrified of Derek Mears. I'm sorry. Paul Jones is funny. I was in his panel last year, He's the one that burst everyone's bubble and said, yes, we're making another Resident Evil. Everyone's like, no! Why? And Kristen Huey is a celebrity cosplay star.
Nope.
Anyone know her?
Nope.
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 I want Leanna Vamp back.
How about Demolition, the WWF Tag Team Champions? Well, at least
They're everywhere.
St. Catharines. Yeah. No, Dave Faustino actually tweeted us back saying he was looking forward to seeing us. I'm calling that in. When I see him, I'm like, remember me, asshole, from Twitter? You owe me a 15-minute interview. Let's go.
Just don't call him an asshole.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
please don't call him an asshole.
What's Bud Bundy? Like, I mean, he gets it. What's the worst that could happen? Okay, we could slap me, yes, but still. Oh, God, that's funny. All right. Wow, shit. I'm going to have to add more in this podcast. What was the last thing we were talking about today? Oh, we kind of talked about Call of Duty trailer announcement.
Segway.
It was a segue, because I was sitting there going, shit, how am I going to work, how am I going to delete the fact I said that Bud Bundy's an asshole? Like, I can delete it, but it's still kind of funny. We all do things for ratings.
Oh, come on, there's an easy segue there. You know the one person you wish who was at Comic-Con? Kevin Spacey. Speaking of...
Yeah, it's true, but, Kevin Spacey would never go to a con, though.
I know, but I'm just trying to find
Kevin
a segue.
Spacey.
I'm trying to find a segue better than shit. What were we supposed to talk about?
Kevin Spacey's so popular, he would have his own con. There'd be no one else there. It would just be a room with Kevin Spacey staring at 1 million people. And they would all feel fulfilled before they left. Because it's Kevin fucking Spacey.
I'd pay for that.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
There'd be lots of puddles everywhere. That's all I know.
21's one of my favorite films.
I'm more partial as Kaiser Sose.
I liked him in American Beauty.
American Beauty was pretty fucked up. And if you haven't watched the trailer for Call of Duty, I implore you to. Even if you never have any intentions of playing this video game, watch the trailer. His acting is brilliant. And Rick, I know you agree with me. It is a very House of Cards-ish design, and you can tell he's a corrupt official, which makes it even better because Kevin Spacey plays a very good corrupt character. Like, what was his role? Horrible Bosses.
Yeah.
He also did my favorite movie comedy from the 90s was The Ref with Dennis Leary, Kevin Spacey, and Annette Bening, I think it was. Absolutely hilarious. I would implore anyone to watch that movie. But I think Kevin Spacey being introduced in the Call of Duty franchise is a huge, huge, huge thing because it brings in another mainstream actor into the fold. And as well, it's no longer made by Treyarch. It's made by who was the production company again, Rick? Do you remember?
And I believe it was Infinity Ward.
No, because Call of Duty doesn't belong to them anymore, I don't think. It was like some really weird name. I don't remember it now. I had it all written down and I lost my notes. I'm sure it was a little Ewok midget that I locked up in the cabinet.
But, I mean, this is the first time we've seen, like, a big-name actor in the Call of Duty series. So, I mean, as far as I can recall, it's the first time.
Well, they've had them...
Get in.
Right. They've had them voice act, but they've never really said, here, you're going to be the main guy. Here you go. Like, they've had, like, characters as well. I can say Lance Henriksen. I know who he is. I don't know if you do. But that he's Bishop from Aliens. He was the main character from the show Millennium, which was Chris Carter's spinoff of X-Files. Have anyone watched that?
Nope.
Yeah.
Really? You didn't watch Millennium? The reason why it was taken off the air, here's the ironic part. It was taken off the air because it was too gory. If it would have came out this time, it would be a bestseller.
I'll be honest, I've never heard of it. I never watched X-Files either, so...
What?
Sorry.
Rainer!
Rob!
Rainer!
What the fuck?
How can you not watch X-Files? Everyone watched X-Files. You'd be like sitting there stone drunk or just can't sleep. Either way, you'd be watching the X-Files.
I've been too caught up trying to catch up on a lot of other stuff.
Okay, well, put X-Files on the to-do list. To do.
All right, after I choke back Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Oh, that's a lot of choking back.
10 episodes in, I haven't watched one in about 2 weeks.
Oof.
That's okay. I've been after Glenn Quinn's character died in Angel. I haven't been able to watch because I loved him. I thought he was absolutely brilliant, and it was too sad. I'm too emotionally distraught to continue to watch Angel.
I'm still trying to finish Fringe. I'm like near the end of season 3. There's 5 seasons. The show is just fucked up. There's just no nice way out of saying it.
I gotta finish Sword Art Online before I continue anything else.
Yeah. You know, I need to stop. Like last night, I knew I needed to go to sleep because I had to get up at 4 this morning. And I was like, you know what? Me and Rick just finished playing Call of Duty Ghosts. He had to go do something else. And then I was like, I'll just play some Bioshock Infinite. And then as I'm playing the game, I'm like, you know, this would be a fantastic movie. Because I'm a huge Troy Baker fan. Troy Baker's the main character. And then it was 1 a.m. And I was like, fuck. 3 hours later, I was in Hamilton. But I gotta stop fucking doing that. But back to the Call of Duty segue. But I think that's a huge selling point. I think we should start really. I think the game company should bring in more main character, like main actors, well-known actors. Like, I mean, I think that'd be fantastic personally. And Kevin Spacey, I've always wondered if Kevin Spacey would make a video game, and now that's been answered. I don't even know what to say now because I mean, Kevin Spacey's Kevin fucking Spacey. Like, is there a negative? Has he ever made a bad movie? Is it possible?
He was in a bad movie, but he was like the saving grace, even though it was still horrible. Was remember K-Pax?
K-Pax was a good movie.
Oh, it was a horrible movie, but his acting was phenomenal.
Am I the only one that loved him in A Bug's Life?
7.
Oh,
7. Come on.
creepy.
It
Oh,
was creepy.
But
Still one of my favorites.
That was the intent, is that he was supposed to be fucked up, and he did it very well. But that's what he says.
Yeah.
That's what he says, is that about all of his roles. Like, he doesn't like playing one specific role because the less, and he doesn't talk about his personal life a lot because he says, the less you know about my personal life, the less you can judge me about, like, on my role of who I'm playing. And I'm like, you know what? That's right. Like, he has played such a variety of characters, and yet no one really knows anything about him, and he does it all so well.
And he avoids the paparazzi like crazy. Like, how do they never find him?
Yeah.
And he was Lex Luthor. And in my opinion, one of the best Lex Luthors. The movie was shit, but he was a good Lex Luthor.
Which one?
Return of Superman.
Okay, I haven't seen it yet.
Really? That's not the new one that came out. That's the one before that. It was like the one that took place between Superman 2 and 3. It was Brandon Routh.
I've only seen one Superman movie in my life because I've only recently started to like Superman.
I don't hold that over your head because Superman movies normally suck. Oh, they're making
Well, it's not even that. It's just Superman never appealed to me too much until I really understood. I mean, I had the nickname of Superman in high school for reasons, and now that I actually understand it even more, and it's not the strength or anything, it's just how much he cares. Is that he cares too much.
Rainer.
Sorry, I'm watching the Call of Duty trailer.
They're making a sequel to Horrible Bosses.
I know, I saw that too.
Oh my god, that's going to be hilarious. I actually thought that movie was going to be shit. And I was blown away how good it was.
Jason Bateman absolutely slays me. I loved him from trying to think. Not Arrested Development. I forget what
He was
else.
in Hancock, he was in Extract, he was in so many different roles.
Dodgeball.
Dodgeball, yeah.
Was it
Fucking
Dodgeball?
Dodgeball. When
He was the one. He was Cotton.
Yeah, I sure love Pumpkins Cotton.
I like Charlie Day only because I love him in It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, and he does play a similar character from that role. Yeah, Jason Bateman was in Dodgeball.
Yeah.
He's one of the commentators.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Him and Bill Lundberg were the commentators of the
forgot about that.
And he was always drinking.
What?
And he was always drinking, and then in the end he ends up with, like, his underwear.
Oh shit. All right. So is there anything else anyone wants to bring up? I
Uh,
think hour and 20. And after editing time, we'll probably be about an hour and 5. This is a very unorganized podcast, but funny.
I promise to not be sick next time.
Well, there's your goal to take away. Rick, what was your goal?
My goal was to.
Oh, come on, man. We sat there and beat it into you for 5 minutes.
Oh yeah, I have to watch Fanboys.
All right. And Rainer,
there you go.
and Rainer's goal, she's doing it right now. She's watching the Call of Duty trailer.
And-
So,
Todd, you need to get the Firefly script so we can read Jayne Cobb.
shit! I knew it! I knew I fucking forgot something. I'm driving home from Hamilton today, and I'm like, oh, I don't have time to read the podcast notes. What am I forgetting? We'll put Roxy on the show tonight.
I thought about that earlier when you said that he was going to be on it, and I'm like, I should look those up, and then I forgot.
Hold on. No, we're not done. Hold on.
We ain't done yet.
Hold on, we ain't done. We're gonna. All right, Rick. I'm gonna send you some. I'm gonna send you a script.
Hey, Rob.
Hi.
Getting my rogue costume is getting made, and I think that we should do a cosplay photo shoot together.
We're talking about Niagara?
I don't know. No, Fan Expo.
Okay, so I'll have Emma for both.
Yes. All right.
Sure, what's up?
I will be rogue. I can only go the Sunday because unfortunately it falls on a long weekend and I cannot get out of work the Saturday. So, but
Okay.
I will be there Sunday and I will be rogue.
Well, I think I might be doing, like when I do Emma, I think I might be doing it with Don't Panic Cosplay that weekend, so I have to go to when she's doing it.
Oh, okay.
But for Niagara.
For Niagara, I'm going to be Tess from The Last of Us.
Damn. Try it. We'll get it done.
Okay.
I'll come to
Eventually.
St. Catharines.
Hey, Rob. While you're talking to people, tell them how awesome our podcast is.
The podcast is great.
Make sure you tell them that.
I
Tell them
always
they
do.
should be on it too while you're at it.
I'll tell everyone to contact you guys.
Ah.
With reason.
With reason. Okay, Rick, I don't know. I can't find the script. We'll do it next week. So, you know what? I'll find... You know what? This is what we'll do. Just for Roxy, me and Rick this week will roleplay. Behave. We will roleplay a scene. We will roleplay the scene when Jayne Cobb wants to be the captain. And I will be
right.
Nathan Fillion, and he can be Baldwin, and we can do the line just for you. We will practice all week.
Yay.
For hours.
Okay, so what you're saying is no, I can't. I'm not gonna finish.
No. You can
Finish.
jump in. No, just jump in. Grow set of balls. We got.
Oh no.
No.
Tell us that you guys are role playing, but you don't want us to make jokes that Rick is taking over the captain position.
Damn straight.
I'm just giving Rick a full sense of security. That's all it is. All right.
That's what she said.
Twice with a stick. With that said, this wraps up episode 26. Roxy, thank you again for joining us. I
Thank
have
you
a
for having me
feeling
again.
you're going to be around next week, if you're available. Oh, and Rainer, Brian wants to come back for a podcast. He misses you. He brought it up today. So one of our long gone admins wants to come back for a podcast once in a while. And I said, it's up to Rainer. So I left the power to you. Well, it's up to you because he always harasses you. The rest of us just laugh. So
Maybe you know what? Maybe I'm just gonna hold it over his head and be like, yeah, maybe next week. Yeah, maybe next week.
maybe you should base it if you're actually in a good mood or not. How about that?
I'm not ever in a bad mood.
But Brian knows how to push your buttons, though.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does.
So that's why you
okay.
should base it by, am I going to stab somebody today or am I going to giggle? If it's stab, bring him on the show so I can listen to you stab him. Because it's only Brian. Okay, and Rick...
As long as you cue the psycho sound effect.
Oh, God. No.
Well, then never mind.
Don't... What? How about we can just talk about the X-Men and all the issues with the new movie coming out?
Oh God, not again.
I just like, it's kind of like I have like a 6-foot branch. I'm like, poke. Just wait for it to start breaking shit. All right, well, we'll wrap up episode 26. Roxy, thanks for coming out. Rick, thanks for only dropping once. And Rainer, well, Brian misses you.
Yeah.
Oh, and Brian told me to tell you something.
No.
Enjoy your chimichanga. Oh, snap.
Game over, man. It's game over.
Thanks for listening to the Droids You Are Looking For podcast. Stay tuned for next week's podcast.
Remember, the Force will be with you always.